from C13 Features. A new kind of listening experience.
He's back!
Help me!
Get out of there.
It's here.
No, don't let them in.
You can experience Treat, a podcast movie starring Kiernan Shipka, for free on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time. Astound you with history come to life and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
Joey Porter comes over decked out in Colorado State gear, and he's pissed.
The phrase he was uttering was, "I wanted to meet the reason for the treason."
Which sounds like something Muhammad Ali would say.
It was a very catchy way to get my attention, for sure. I'm assuming the implication is if you work in sports media here,
you're a turncoat?
You should be what, pro Steelers, and why would you, I guess,
I don't know. I didn't really get it. But anyways.
Right.
So it turns out that the other Chris Muller, one of these things that nobody believes, that there are two Chris Mullers in Pittsburgh sports media. The other Chris Muller is the guy that reported
the
Joey Porter's arrest.
Correct. He was at the Flats as a customer.
Joey Porter gets arrested.
Right.
The other Chris Muller reports it. So
only person that had it.
Joey Porter had a quarrel with the other Chris Muller.
Or so I thought.
It was a mistaken identity situation. He wanted a piece of the other Chris Muller, and when you said, "Hey, Joey, there are two Chris Mullers," he didn't believe it. He thought it was Craig, that's a stupid lie. Like, that's a dog ate my homework excuse. There aren't two Chris Mullers in Pittsburgh sports media. Do you think I'm some kind of idiot?
Chris, do you care to answer that question?
And so you were trying your best to explain that to him, and it wasn't like Porter wasn't having it because he just thought it was so ridiculous, the idea of two Chris Mullers.
I mean, I think you're not telling the whole story here, though.
Well, then tell the whole story, Chris. You were the one that almost got your ass kicked at a very nice golf tournament yesterday.
Correct. I mean, I didn't think we were going to let it slide that it was just mistaken identity. For the first 5 minutes of this exchange, I thought it was.
It was a who's on first routine.
To the extent that I said, "Hey, Pony, come here. We've got another Mulsey mistaken identity."
Yeah, you asked me to try to put out your Joey Porter fire.
Genuinely thought that he was looking for the other guy.
Yep.
Then, only after 5 minutes of back and forth and Porter starting to cuss at me more loudly and frequently, did I realize he was mad about tweets that I sent out 5 days ago, where the other Chris Muller also happened to be the guy who saw Juju paying for a woman's groceries at the South Side, Giant Eagle, and reported that, and then was challenged in some corners of Twitter for being a pretend journalist for reporting a positive Juju story. At which point I said, publicly, odd how this guy's credentials were not challenged when he reported the Porter story at the Flats, something that would have painted a Steeler in a negative light.
And this gets back to Joey Porter somehow.
Correct. As
and
means
that's
of
why
defending
Porter was mad at you.
As means of closing ranks around the other Chris Muller in town.
And
Porter is mad at me for bringing his name into a process whereby I was really just defending the other guy, saying, "You don't need to bring my name into this."
Right, which he took personally because you should not be...
I could have defended the kid without bringing his name into it. It was his contention.
I think he felt like the guy has no integrity to begin with. Why are you giving him... You're using me to give him credibility when he got that report about me wrong. He kept, with
Correct.
F-bombs in there,
A
kept
lot of
talking
them.
about how the other Chris Muller's reporting on his incident was crap. And it sounded to me like Joey Porter thought that you, specifically you, this Chris Muller, that you were the reason why he's radioactive and no NFL team would hire him.
That was the implication.
And so he's out there.
Well, hold on. Can you let me finish?
Oh, there's more?
Yeah. I mean, there is. So he felt like his situation was being misrepresented, that yes, he mentioned 30 other NFL teams in this rant against me. He was just fuming about that. You don't need to bring my name in this to defend this other person.
Who he hates.
I would assume who he doesn't like.
Who he hates. Go on.
Who he doesn't like because of this initial reporting. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course you're going to lose your train of thought. You almost got your ass kicked by a former NFL player
I'm trying
yesterday.
to recount the order of... Oh, no, here's the problem. Here was the thing that I really was suspicious about. This is what it is. In telling me that he was very unhappy with me, and maybe by extension, all Chris Mullers in Pittsburgh sports media.
Yep.
He also said, I don't go on any social media. I don't have Twitter. I don't take pictures of my food and put them on Instagram or whatever that is, which I thought was kind of funny, actually, that he used that example. He doesn't use Facebook. I tweeted these things, which meant somebody
got it
to
him,
and very clearly had an axe to grind with me.
Yep.
And knew that Joey, being told of this, would cause him to confront me, thereby putting me in a tough spot.
So later in the show, we'll talk about how this got resolved. Because you're clearly here and not in the hospital. And Joey Porter didn't get arrested. And this time, believe it or not, his anger management issues didn't manifest in you getting your clock cleaned.
Hey, nice party.
Yeah, what's new with you?
Did you know blue whales in Hawaii can be heard off the coast of California?
What?
And time travel to the future may actually be possible.
How is that?
I discovered it on CuriosityStream.
I'm listening.
You can stream thousands of shows on nature, history, science, and so much more.
Cool.
And their annual plans are 25% off, just $1.25 a month.
Now I want to go back in time. Sign up for that deal.
Sign up now at CuriosityStream.com.
CuriosityStream.com.
That's it, CuriosityStream.com.
Man, there are a lot of podcasts out there.
Definitely. I mean, there's 3 million shows, 50 million episodes, and more every day.
I mean, who has the time to figure out which ones are the best podcasts?
We do. That's who. What's up, guys? I am Alicia Renee.
And I'm Dax Holt.
And we are your hosts of Pod Sauce, a podcast discovery show.
Look at us as your podcast concierge.
We do all the work for you. We listen to the shows, review them,
pick the best episodes, and interview the hosts.
Pod Sauce. Let us help you find your next binge. Tell them where to go, Dax.
Go to podsauce.com.
Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job. But it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world. And we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.